What up, guys? And Kenny here, and back in another video today. So I'm doing something a little bit different. You guys have requested me to do this for kind of a while now. This is gonna be my first matchup guide video. Well, it's not really my first matchup guide video, but this is my first polished matchup guide video. So let me know if you guys enjoy this. I'm open to kind of criticism to kind of improve this section of my channel, this new kind of series on my channel. So let me know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of content. And yeah, I'll try to keep this rolling. Let me know what other matchups you guys want to see. And to start, this matchup is kind of a 60-40 for this specific Egiant variant, just because of the Mother Witch, the Inferno, and the Bomber. But with the other Egiant variant with the Ice Wizard, Icebow had hard counter, so yeah. So general matchup tips. So I'm gonna have gameplay towards the end of the video, but I hope you guys stick through all the tip sections. So never let your opponent clip your Ice Wizard and Tesla at the same time, because if the Egiant's coming down the lane and you have a Tesla and you just cycle it at that point, and you play your Ice Wizard right next to your Tesla and they lightning that, it's basically GG, it's over, and the Egiant's gonna do like 2,000 reflect damage on your tower, and you basically lost the game at that point. So never let them clip the Ice Wizard and Tesla at the same time, and avoid giving lightning value. So always have a Tesla or Tornado in rotation, because say your Tesla's out of rotation, right? And you have your Ice Wizard and Tornado to kind of stop the Egiant from getting to your tower, and you can basically clear the Egiant that way by just DPS the Egiant down with like a Knight or a Valkyrie. So only go in with an Icebow if your opponent is low in Elixir or cycled an Egiant in the back. So this only really applies to double or triple Elixir, but I kind of prefer to actually spell cycle. Single Elixir tips. So never rock it in single, because a good Egiant player can punish you that way. If they go Egiant in the back first play, you never really want to go X-Bops lane, because if they have Cannon Cart or something, you can easily lose the game right off the bat. So I don't advise it. I just recommend you guys go Valk or Knight in the back and Ice Wizard in the back and follow up with that and just defend the Egiant. And if they go Cage, Goblin Cage, you just want to pre-place your Tesla either in the middle or one tower from the river. And also never defensive X-Bow in single Elixir, because the X-Bow will literally be useless and they can just Egiant in the back and ignore it. Double and triple Elixir tips. So these tips are sort of the same, but you want to frequently pre-place your Teslas. Say they Egiant in the back, you want to have a Tesla already pre-planted, and if they lightning, you have another Tesla to cycle and kite the Egiant and take care of it. So I think that's important. And you want to make use of your Rocket Nados by Rocket Nadoing huge pushes to give you the Elixir advantage. And only defensive X-Bow if they Egiant in the back, or they use like a lightning, like they just use the lightning. And this only goes for triple Elixir, of course. And spell cycle only if you're up in Elixir. Okay, so I'm gonna be walking you guys through how to beat this matchup. So in single, I like to play this really passively, sort of like Golem, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna cycle skeletons in the back. Again, the safest thing you can ever cycle with Icebow. And since he went Mother Witch, I just went Tesla in the middle. You also want to be cycling your Teslas pretty often, just because if they go with like an Egiant in the back, you can easily cycle back to another Tesla. And another note is I like to keep my Valkyrie or my Knights for his Dark Prince. But if, say I don't have Knight in cycle, what I also like to do is I like to just like Ice Wizard and Skeletons. So right here, I'm just kind of testing if the 4 Elixir rule applies to Egiant when they go Cage. But I guess not, since he had enough for Egiant. So what the 4 Elixir rule is they play like a 4 Elixir card in the back or something, you go Icebow immediately and they won't have enough Elixir to play like a Golem or an Egiant. But if they Cage, that rule doesn't work, as we just tested right there. Okay, so far so good. As you guys can see, we played this pretty passively. I'm not going to take that rocket value just because if they're a really good Egiant player, they can punish you guys really hard. and defense is going to be really tricky to pull off, so I don't advise going rocket and single at all. And again, it's just rinse and repeat at this point. Right here, I'm just going to NATO instead of going Tesla because I don't want him to get like a good Dark Prince NATO on my tower. And now that it's double, this is where we can start getting a little bit more aggressive. I wouldn't say with X-Bows, but with our spells. I'm going to actually rocket this Egiant. It seems like a really bad play, but it's not. It's better than going X-Bow opposite lane, in my opinion. A lot of the times when they go Egiant in the back and you go X-Bow opposite lane, I don't really think that's a good play because with 3.0 X-Bow, I feel like that would probably be an okay play just because you have a ton of cycle cards that you can defend a lot easier with, like, cheaply. But with Icebow, your cards are a little more heavier, so you're not able to cycle around as quickly, and it's just not efficient for your cycle. So I feel like it's a lot better to just go rocket instead of going X-Bow. Alright, so this match is nearing triple Elixir. So the plan in triple Elixir is going to change a tad bit. So what I usually like to do is, I know the Egiant user would want to like stack a big push, so I like to actually rocket NATO their big pushes if I get the chance, just because you're kind of making up for the Elixir deficit that you're getting from spell cycling. So also what I like to do is, once they kind of establish the push, they're going to want to take care of your Tesla, and the way the Egiant users like to kill your Tesla is with lightning, right? So what I like to do, this is kind of like an advanced tip, so keep your ears open. Once the Egiant is close enough to your Tesla to where it's not actually activating it, I like to late NATO or late log, so they play their lightning a second too early, where my Tesla is still underground invincible. So what happens is they basically waste the lightning and you still have a Tesla on the ground. So that's what I think is really important. So right here, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to late NATO. Yeah, perfect, guys. So right there, I didn't really need the NATO because my Ice Wizard was slowing the E-Giant down enough to where his timing was kind of messed up. So it allowed him to play his lightning early, but the rule still applies with log and NATO, guys. Right here, I'm going to try to sneak in a NATO, but he played that perfectly by playing his Dark Prince, predicting that we're going to NATO, so well played by the opponent. So if you guys didn't know, Endarion is a really good Icebow player. He's kind of one of the people that inspired me to play Icebow, so shout out to him. I'm going to have his Twitter in my description below. Alright, so I went in with the rocket right there because I know I needed damage, and the quicker I place down my rocket, the better. And you always kind of want to delay on your Tesla, predicting they go in for a lightning, and GG.